Welcome back to Inside Politics. Our guest today, Mary Mancini, the chair of the Tennessee Democratic Party, and Michael Sullivan of the Tennessee Republican Party, the executive director. Before we forget, there is a statewide governor's race on the ballot. At this point, Mary, most of the polls seem to indicate that your candidate, Carl Dean, former mayor of Nashville, is not doing very well. He's behind in double digits. What's he got to do between now and Election Day to shore that up?
Well, I think continue to make the case of why he would be an excellent governor, just like he was an excellent mayor in Nashville. I mean, the reality is we're looking at a candidate in Bill Lee who is very, very extreme. You know, he has 4 vouchers, which would suck much needed money out of our public schools. He is on record as saying he will not expand Medicaid, which over 65% of Tennesseans really want to happen. And, you know, lastly, he's for arming teachers, which, you know, the teachers don't want. So, you know, there's got to be other solutions that that are on the table that Carl Dean has offered these solutions. He will be a great governor, and he has to make that case.
Michael, usually this late in the race, outside groups don't come in and start running ads. The Democratic Governors Association is running an ad for Carl Dean in the state. The fact that it is this late and they're still running ads here is an indication. Do they think that he has an opportunity to win here? I'm sure you don't agree with that, but aren't you surprised to see them spending money
a little
here?
bit, a little surprised, but, you know, at the same time, like, you know, I don't know the Democratic Governors Association's, you know, political strategy. Maybe they got some extra money to burn because that's what they're doing by throwing money into this race.
Well, with 35 governorships, that's a lot to spend money around for.
Yeah, and so, you know, Bill Lee's got a great message. He's resonating with voters across the state, talking about increasing vocational training, talking about continuing the successes of the Republican legislature. So, you know, I'm not sure why they're spending money. It is a surprise.
Mary, a lot of polls indicate when they talk among Democrats that a lot of them don't even believe they're going to vote for Carl Dean, but they don't necessarily believe he's going to win. They believe that Bill Lee's going to win. How can you win a statewide race if your own people don't seem to think you can win?
Again, continue to do what Carl Dean and his campaign is doing, is to make the case that Carl Dean will be an excellent governor, and that Bill Lee's positions are extreme positions that do not resonate with the values of a vast majority of Tennesseans. Arming teachers, vouchers sucking money out of our public schools, not expanding Medicaid. Again, we've had 11 rural hospitals that have closed because—
And the Tennesseans said that's a lie.
Because okay, how many? 10? 8? Still a lot of rural hospitals that have closed, right? So what we have is, you know, Democrats in the state legislature who wanted to work with Republican Governor Bill Haslam, and the extremists in the party, the Republican Party, stopping that from happening, stopping Insure Tennessee and Medicaid expansion from happening. So why would we elect a more extreme governor for this time around? It just doesn't make any sense.
Michael, we've had a situation where Bill Lee has not gone around doing the normal meetings before a lot of civic groups and other groups. He seems to be sticking pretty closely to his second 95 county tour. In terms of politics, there's about 10 counties in the state that give about 56% of the total vote. So a 95 county strategy again would seem to be maybe kind of running out the clock because he is ahead in the polling. So he's waiting.
I think he's really interested in talking to Tennesseans across the state. Well, you know, you're talking, you know, political calculus. Okay, where do I need to go to win the most votes? And he's thinking, where do I need to go to make sure I can help the most Tennesseans and a majority of Tennesseans across the state? And it's rural areas across Tennessee. Those are sometimes the forgotten parts of the state, and that's where he's going. That's where he's talking to voters. That's where he wants to know, what can we do to help? How can we help improve your economy, your infrastructure?
Mary, as we close out, it doesn't appear that at this point I don't hear anybody talking about a blue wave in the Tennessee legislature. It doesn't appear we're going to have any change in our congressional delegation. So perhaps Democrats' only chance to win a major race election night is going to be the Senate race? Because it looks like you got big odds against the other ones.
I mean, look, the blue wave is a media construct, right? I mean, what we're doing again is every single Democrat that has stepped up to run for office is running hard. They're doing the direct voter contact that they need to do. We've got massive amounts of volunteers that are backing them up. We are making our case to voters, and that's what's the most important thing here in Tennessee. So, you know, we'll see what happens on November 6th, but, you know, in every race where we have a Democrat running, we've got a great chance to win. The number of people who are coming out to vote for Democrats is, we can tell, it's just like we're dealing with presidential numbers right now. And, you know, it's just a really exciting time. More people are voting. They're taking their friends and family to vote.
When you talk about presidential numbers of turnout, though, in Sullivan County, Knox County, Washington, East Tennessee, rural Tennessee, those aren't Democrat areas. Those are Republicans coming out to vote for Republicans to continue the successes of what the Haslam administration has done, to carry it over to the Bill Lee administration, and continue the successes of the Republican majorities here, and to send Marsha Blackburn to the United States Senate.
East Tennessee Republicans are going to vote for Marsha Blackburn. Is that why the president went back up there to shore up that support? Is that likely where he'll come when he comes back here again?
I do not know where President Trump would be if President Trump does come back to the state of Tennessee.
Michael Sullivan, thank you for joining us. Mary, thank you for joining us as well.
Pat.
It's going to be it's already going to be an interesting campaign, and I'm sure it will be between now and November 6th.
It'll be fun.
And thank you for joining us on Inside Politics. Hope you'll be back here again for a future show. If you can't get enough politics in the meantime, go to the News Channel 5 website. You'll find my Capitol View commentary there. There's new commentary posted every Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back here next time. Goodbye.